Chapter 2790 Counterargument. Nephes let out a sigh, as if tired of listening to Asterion's thinly veiled insults and misleading insinuations. She remained silent for a few moments, and then pierced him with a cold gaze. "You have come to my home uninvited, and spent quite a bit of time hurling insults in my face. Are you done being a nuisance now? Is it my turn to speak?" This was her chance to defend herself. However, she did not, as if she had no need to. Instead, Nephes chose to attack. Looking at Asterion coldly, she said, "You accuse me of causing many deaths on the Forgotten Shore. However, I managed to help 100 of my fellow sleepers survive. At least, how many members of your cult did you save? None. You failed to save even one, escaping alone." A faint, disdainful smile twisted her lips. "You also hinted that my achievements were not that impressive, simply because I was not the first. However, the future does not care about who was first. It only cares about who is the best. I have accomplished more than you ever accomplished, while facing more adversity than you ever faced. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel the need to discredit me, to begin with. Would you?" Nephes leaned back, still looking at Asterion with cold contempt. "You say that I'm not deserving of trust and loyalty. But look around you. Even those who were once my enemies now follow me. Meanwhile, everyone who was once your friend became your enemy. So, which one of us cannot be trusted?" She gritted her teeth. "Actually, you don't have to answer that last question. I already know the answer. My father learned it as well, even if it was too late." "Did you really dare to describe how he was betrayed and killed by the sovereigns, without mentioning that you were one of those traitors as well? That you conspired to destroy the Immortal Flame Clan? Too, that your hands are as covered in blood as theirs were?" Nephes laughed quietly. Such audacity. She remained silent for a few moments, and then leaned forward a little. "Finally, you went on and on about how many people I have put at risk and how few of them will survive under my rule. How I am unfit to lead humanity into the future. So, let me ask you, how many people will you save? How important to you is the survival of mankind?" She leaned back and regarded him with a cold expression. "It is not important to you at all. And you will save no one. Not because you can't, simply because you won't. You told me so yourself. You evil bastard." The hall was once again silent, the champions of the human domain watching the two sovereigns with bated breath. Nef's speech seemed to have broken the spell that Asterion's provocative words had cast on them, and many seemed stunned and confused by the fact that they had allowed him to rattle them in the first place. Some was still shaken, but was slowly regaining their composure. Only a few still appeared troubled. Despite that, Asterion seemed He'd remained silent for a while, and then laughed, suddenly. "Ah, your words wound me, dear Nephi. You were much cuter as a child." Smiling brightly, he looked at Kai and said in an earnest tone, "I never intended to discredit you. I've never lost the trust and loyalty of a friend. I never betrayed your father, and neither did I ever attempt to kill him. I did not contribute to the destruction of the Immortal Flame Clan. And finally, I intend to save everyone. Primera rea, Jido. That is my most ardent desire and my only goal. Nothing is more important to me than making sure that my fellow humans survive." His smile widened slightly. "Tell me, Saint Nightingale, am I telling the truth?" Kai stared at him with an appalled expression, his eyes trembling slightly. He stayed quiet for a long while, but eventually opened his mouth and said in a reluctant tone, "He believes that he is telling the truth, but it's impossible. I know that he's lying." Asterion's smile turned bitter. "Aren't you just openly playing favorites now, Saint Nightingale? And here I was thinking that you were an honest man. You even promised to be my witness." He sighed and looked away. The hall plunged into a tense silence, but then, suddenly, Asterion exploded with laughter. "Ah, please excuse my lack of decorum, but your expression, it's simply too amusing." "What? Did you really think that your flaw would work on me?" "Goodness gracious. I am a supreme who specializes in manipulating thoughts and emotions. Has it not occurred to you that I can manipulate my own, too?" He shook his head, still chuckling. Then, slowly, the humorous glint in his golden eyes disappeared, and his friendly expression was replaced by a stark, chilling lack of anything. It was as if he felt nothing, as if he were alien to the very concept of emotions. This has been most entertaining. However, I think we have wasted enough time. His hollow gaze swiped across the champions of the human domain, making them shiver. When he smiled again, his smile wasn't pleasant or charming. Instead, it looked wrong and off-putting. I seem to have given everyone the wrong impression. My apologies. I am not here to explain myself, shine a light on my goals, or assuage your fears. Why should I care about what you fear? Why should I mind what you think? I have already seen your thoughts and tasted your fears. I was not impressed. He shook his head. No, I am here simply to straighten the facts. After all, shouldn't people know the truth before they form an opinion? Oh, but I don't really care about your opinion either. Still, you should at least understand one thing. Asterion met Nephes' gaze. And I'm not here to prove that I am better than your goddess. His lips twisted into a cold smile. I just want you to know that she's no better than me. Then, as if by some dark magic, warmth and emotion instantly returned to his face, and his eerie smile became bright and pleasant once more. In fact, we are exactly the same, she and I.